Another quick tip in the tiny garage. So I'm working on a John Deere Scott's bastardized version of a John Deere. Can't you tell by the lovely paint job? I mean, I guess this was like a Home Depot special, right? They even got the Home Depot orange paint down. But anyway, I had this Kohler Command 17.5 horsepower piece of poo in it. Folks, I'm really telling you, I think the Kawasaki's are a really good engine. So why I'm staring at this is because of this little hole right here. So in someone's infinite wisdom and temporarily shortening the lifespan of a vehicle, they decide to jam this guy, a manual pump, into this unit. So the person I got this from said, "Oh yeah, every time I start it up, floods out. We replaced the carburetor on it," which they did. They put a new carburetor on it, and we can't figure out why it's still flooding out. If this isn't a great failure point and a reason for everybody to spend a couple $1,000s every couple years, when this flap perforates inside this pump, it floods directly into the crankcase. This has got to be, in my opinion, something that consumers should sue the living crap out of Kohler for designing an engine like this. Kohler was always, a lot of the Kohlers that I have seen, and now this has kind of turned into a rant, and for whatever it's worth, I'm not a Briggs & Stratton fan, I'm not a Kohler fan, and I'm not necessarily a Kawasaki fan. But when I see stupid, I point stupid out. This is stupid. This is absolutely 100% preventable as far as blowing up an engine and getting longevity out of an engine. Something that is just absolutely stupid. As you can see, this mechanism here sits inside your crank, and as the engine pumps, or I should say as the crank turns there, and the governor or whatever else, this will feed and provide more fuel. The unfortunate part is, the failure point is this flap. So, people who, run ethanol, because everybody in the Northeast here is 10% ethanol. You probably hear me rant in a couple other spots. They rant about ethanol-free gas and whatnot, and thankfully I have a couple places that'll run ethanol-free gas. But, I don't know. To me, this is definitely, I feel like this should be a consumer complaint from all of us, directly to these manufacturers of these engines and products and stuff. This is a direct gateway to failure. It literally leaks. This flap sits inside here, like this. This one's perforated, and you can see it's, sorry I don't have the best camera here, but you can see it's perforated. And probably a bad example, and I don't have anything to just hold this still, but this is literally a pathway between the gasoline and the crankcase, and the only thing that separates that is that piece of crap rubber. So if you're having a flooding crankcase scenario, if you haven't already blown up your engine while it's running, and I've had something similar happen on a Briggs & Stratton engine that's now tucked away in a corner over there, where the intake was flooding, or the crank was flooding, but I didn't have a manual pump on that. Hopefully that helps somebody else in the future resolve an issue quickly that they can't diagnose by replacing the carburetor. It's probably not the carburetor, at least not in this particular case. And this is a model CV49 1S, and it is a 17.5 horsepower Kohler. And maybe someone else can give me some insight as to why there's charring here. It almost looks like it caught on fire. And the same thing there in the front of the hood there, it has a little bit of damage as well. All right, have a great day.